Hello guys and girls, welcome to my YouTube channel, and we are going to talk about how to get started in YouTube. However, what I'm not going to be talking about is how the YouTube algorithm works, what sort of equipment you should be using. This is more of a personal insight into how I started into YouTube and things that I wish I'd known sooner and things that you definitely need to take into consideration before starting. So firstly, film something. It's probably one of the most obvious things I could say about starting in YouTube, but for God's sake, film something. My YouTube channel, from concept to releasing my first video, was 2 months. And I'm supposed to be doing unboxing videos. I was receiving boxes to do on film, but I'd hit this barrier, and for me it was like a confidence barrier. I'd never had to do anything like this before. I had all these ideas, I was writing them down. I have a book dedicated to ideas, and I just couldn't physically bring myself to put it onto camera. And that was one of the biggest barriers for me personally. I mean, my idea, I've been on camera before because I was doing Twitch streaming, and I just hit this barrier, and I was just like, oh, I'm not too sure. I was venturing into something new. And film something sounds, oh, well, yeah, of course you got to do that to start on YouTube, but it's just, to get your head around it, it's just like, look, just film something. As soon as you get something filmed, whether it's good or bad or whatever, release it to the world, because 50% of this baggage that you're carrying with this filming your first video is gone. It doesn't matter if it's good. Just film something and get it out into the world. Number 2. After you have filmed something, leave it alone. Put it out onto YouTube, and then pretend that it doesn't exist for at least a week. Because the best thing about YouTube is that you can have every single analytic about your video at your fingertips. The worst thing about YouTube is that you can have every single analytic about your video at your fingertips. When people release stuff, I was exactly the same. When people release stuff, all of a sudden you're flooded with a mass of information. It tells you exactly who's been watching it, for how long, have they liked it, blah, blah, blah. And it gives you, and it tells you age groups of who's watching your videos. It tells you if they're male or female. The amount of information that you get back from releasing that video is amazing and horrendous at the same time. Okay, just put it out into the ether, walk away, go film another video. That's the best thing that you can do with your time, is to film another video and then get that out into the world, right? And then, after maybe a week or two, go back to your video, the first video that you released, and watch it, because you've completely ignored it. You have removed yourself from the process of filming that first video. So the passion, and when you're filming something, or if you're that passionate about it, sometimes you could be like that, and you can't see anything else except for your video. So once you've released it, walk away from it and come back a week later, or even 2 weeks later, even better, and then watch it as a viewer. Don't watch it as, this is my video, I made this, and nobody can tell me that it's not a good video because this is my baby. Watch it as a viewer and make notes. Honestly, write down, oh yeah, I could do this different. Oh, that didn't really come across. Only you can tell yourself this information, right? Because if you hear it from other people, that information can be taken negatively. Even though it's constructive criticism, it can be received negatively. Now, if you're doing the reviewing, it's like, right, okay, ignore, don't look at the analytics, just watch it as a viewer and make notes. And then you can say, all right, okay, all right, this is what we need to improve. This is what I need to look at. And you can make better decisions in future based on that information. And that is how a channel grows organically. And you can feel it as well, because it's still definitely you. Don't try and copy other people. It's all you. Number 3, don't try to be like anybody else. Don't imitate, or don't try to recreate what other people are doing on other channels. Make it you. right? At an early stage, you're not a brand. Okay, you're not selling anything. What you are trying to do, essentially, is to make content. And the best way to do that is to make content. Don't make content for you. Okay, make your content. Don't, I saw this on this guy's channel or this girl's channel, and they did this really well. Because it worked well for them, because they did that. That's theirs. But then when you try and recreate it, it might not go the same way. And again, you can start filtering back into yourself. It's like, oh my God, I'm not very good. If you do it your way, people will see that and they will love you for it. Number 4, you do not need expensive equipment. You don't. It helps, but you don't need it. I made my first video and I did an absolute ton of research beforehand, hence why it took me 2 months to get my first video out. And I was researching webcams, I was researching this, blah blah blah. I already had the laptop, and I already had the microphone. I was going to say microwave then. I already had the microphone because of Twitch streaming. So I figured that a webcam, because when you're streaming, you've got like a little image that sits down here. So the quality, I got it as best as I could on the cheapest that I could. Right, fantastic. And I thought, oh, that'd be really good for YouTube as well, because it shoots in 1080. Reality is it didn't do very well in 1080. It might shoot in 1080, but the actual quality of the image that it was producing for a full screen was not great. The audio wasn't bad. The recording wasn't too bad. And again, I released my first video, going back to point whatever it was. I saw straight away, it's like image quality. So I was scrolling on my phone. I was like, right, I need a better camera. And it turns out that I actually was looking at one of the best cameras that you could potentially use to film your videos with. And I was just like, well, hold on a minute. This is a pretty decent camera. I was flicking through the gallery and I was like, wow, why don't I use this? So I did. So my first video was shot on a webcam, a 1080p webcam, which I thought was amazing quality at the time. But then, like I say, when you watch this back on a large widescreen TV in somebody's living room, it doesn't look that great. The light that I use is just a bog standard ring light. I picked that up for £9 from like a place, or like a sort of like a B&M. Well, it might have even been B&M actually. I picked up the ring light for £9. And the ring light, when I bought it, also came so that you could mount your phone in the middle of the ring light. Number 5. If you do film on a phone, please get your settings correct. Do you know what? It's one of the things that I see more and more often, especially people that use their phones, is make sure that your settings are correct. There are only a few little settings that you need to tweak, but that little tweak makes all the difference. Firstly, most phones now are completely, the whole phone is the screen. Make sure that you change the aspect ratio on your videos to 16:9, because that is a true reflection of what a bog standard monitor or HD TV or whatever, that's the rate that it works at, is 16:9. Okay, if you film in the full screen, like the whole screen is your video screen, when you release that out into the wild, you'll notice these big black bars at the top and the bottom of your screen. Number 6. Once you've done all that, that's when you can expand your channel. That's when you can expand yourself. That is when you can push your content further. Okay? Because you've made bad videos at the start. My first video is absolutely atrocious, and even to this day, it's only got 150 or 160 views. My first video from last year, my very first video has only got 160 views. My top ranking video has got over 4,000 views. Work that out. Seriously, it boggles my mind. Yeah, I can see why people don't want to watch my first video, because it's crap. The image quality is not the best. Oh god, I was the most nervous. I was the most nervous I have ever been in my life, and I have basically got a degree in filmmaking, and it's the first time that I've properly been in front of a camera and been extra consciously aware that there's a camera pointing at me. Because when you're doing Twitch streaming, the whatever you're doing on Twitch is the distraction. You don't really realize that you can tend to forget that you're on camera for a while, or that you're talking, unless you're very, very interactive, then yeah, the camera is one of the main focuses. But when you're making YouTube videos, it can be quite intimidating to have a camera in your face, and then you're just like, oh my god, this is me. People don't want to watch me. And a year later, people still don't want to watch me from a year ago. They want to watch me now. 160 views in a year. I get 160 views plus in the first 2 hours of releasing a video nowadays. And it's just mind-boggling. My final tip is, when you start expanding and you're getting momentum and the YouTube algorithm is working for you, know what you want to make, okay? Because it's very easy to go, oh, well, I want 1,000 subscribers because then I can start doing this and start doing this. Thing is, stay on brand, okay? You do you. Make videos that you want to watch. Make videos that you want to make. Make videos that you can sit quite comfortably for and go blah, 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 blah. Because if you can sit there and talk non-stop for half an hour to an hour, that means that you are passionate about what you are talking about, and that is the sort of stuff that you need to start making videos about. And that's me. And that's my video. And I really, really, really hope that somebody has taken something from this, and I've hopefully... I don't want to use the word inspired, but I just want to go, yeah, I want somebody to feel like, sit there and go, I'm going to go film something. I'm going out. Ta-da! And then go film something. Because that's what it's all about. That's the whole point in YouTube, It's about getting something on camera that you are passionate about and seeing if other people are like you, because then you build a little community, and it's all so cute, and all my followers and subscribers are cute. And do you know what? Some of the comments and the feedback that I get from my subscribers is amazing. I absolutely live to hear the comments of what people say, their own little experiences within, I know it's unboxing stuff, and I know it's most of it is toys and it's figures and da-da-da-da. But we're a collection of people that have the same interests, and there's something for everybody in this world. And I like to think that I'm contributing to my little corner of the market, if you want to call it that, and say, oh, this is what I do. And everyone's like, oh, wow, that's really cool. And then they give me feedback, I give them feedback, and do you know what? I have never felt in all my life like I've been part of something amazing until I started doing this. It didn't happen straight away. It didn't happen for at least 3 or 4 months into making these videos. It came as like people, like the algorithm started throwing out my videos to people that actually were like-minded, and those people joined, and they were like, oh yeah, what about this? What about this? What about this? And do you know what? I love it. I absolutely love it. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to keep doing it until, well, I don't know, whenever. But I'm going to be around for a while. Thank you so very much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you again soon. Ta-da!